Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah,
definitely enjoy it.
I heard the film franchise is like not gonna happen. I believe.
Right, because they let the logo just the trademark for the movie logo expire.
And I heard Japan hated that movie.
Japan was very neutral on it. Like a lot of people that I've talked to weren't even aware that the movie was a thing.
Yeah.
And the few people that were aware that it was a thing didn't even know that there was a TV show connected to it. It's like they just thought it was some random superhero movie that just so happened to be copying Sentai. They didn't know there was an entire franchise behind it because the majority of the average Japanese people that I've talked to have no idea that American Power Rangers are a thing.
Wow.
Which is really weird because Japan seems to be very prideful whenever something is popular in America. Like, look, Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball and Naruto. Look, they're super popular in America. We're cool, guys. Look at how much people from a country we love and respect enjoys our shit. But then at other times they completely ignore stuff like Power Rangers or any sort of anime that's popular in the West, but not popular in Japan, like Cowboy Bebop or Trigun. So Japan is very picky and choosy as to which properties they want to show off to Japan, saying, "Look, our shit is popular in other countries," because they'll focus on some franchises, but not others. And generally, when it comes to Power Rangers, most Japanese people have no idea that Power Rangers are a thing. And of course, the Power Rangers pretty much like came and went in Japan, as it did with China and the rest of the world.
I heard it didn't go down in China.
Oh no, it came out like the same week as Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I think, and it just like clobbered whatever hopes the fans had for a Chinese rescue, kind of like what happened with Pacific Rim, where Pacific Rim was mostly saved because of China. It was sadly nowhere near the case for Power Rangers.
And it's the same thing with the Michael Bay movies.
China saved that.
Yeah. China.
The what movie? I didn't hear that.
I think you said the Warcraft movie.
Yeah, because Rotten Tomatoes gave it an unfair score just for being a video game movie. And
I heard it was okay.
It's actually pretty good.
Makes me question as to how the Sonic movie is going to go in years, because it's very rare when a video game adaptation is done right. I think the only few that have ever hit the mark competently enough, if that's the right word to use, I think the only one that's ever really done it right is the first Lara Croft movie.
And Mortal Kombat.
And I guess Prince of Persia.
And ironically,
yeah, Prince of Persia did pretty well, and so did Ratchet and Clank, but in their case, they had the look of Insomniac Studios kind of working with Universal on that one.
We have to find Captain Quark.
The one
also, you want to know the funny thing about Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
It was done by the same guy that did the live action Resident Evil movies. All W.S. Anderson.
You might have set off MJ.
I'm not a huge fan of the Resident Evil movies. I think I saw about half of the first movie, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. It's like, no.
I think I've made
no.
The only Resident Evil movie I ever liked was the animated piece they had with Crispin Freeman as one of the scientists.
The only thing that was good for the Resident Evil series for me was me getting into a perfect circle.
Yeah, they used a lot of them in their trailers. A lot of their music.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, MJ. The Resident Evil CGI movies are really good.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the current one, I'm so glad they brought Rebecca Chambers back.
Yay! Yeah, I was happy too because Rebecca is such an underrated Resident Evil character. Come on, guys, you need a medic to keep your asses alive, and who better than Rebecca, who always has her satchel on her.
Yeah.
I think the worst video game adaptation movie, at least from my perspective, as much as I enjoyed this late actor's performance, the Mario Brothers movie.
Bob Hoskins, why?
Boom.
I love Dennis Hopper as an actor, I really do, but my gosh, he didn't need to be in that movie. I think, if anything, he gave Cooper at least some credibility as being a stone cold villain, with a little bit with some humor. And I will give Bob Hoskins.
To be fair, Dennis Hopper tried.
And I will give Bob Hoskins this. He made Mario very believable, and for a British actor to be able to put on a Brooklyn accent like that, props to him.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's when you hear the names brought up. It's like, first name Mario, last name Mario, and then the joke of, "Oh, you Luigi? No, I'm Luigi Mario."
Oh, bless your heart, we tried. Jeez.
I mean, I like there were elements from the game and the fact that they had them wearing the iconic red and green boiler suits, which I thought, okay, at least you're being faithful. But I felt that the story that they went with, it didn't seem very Mario-esque, if you get my meaning, because I like that they had the elements with the bomb, as ridiculous as that is, but there were no bullet bills, there were no, mushrooms making the bigger, there were no fire flowers, although the flame flowers might have been an unintentional reference to them, but there was just a lot of that movie I didn't like, and the idea and the idea that Daisy is a humanoid person that's a descendant from the dinosaurs. I'm like, oh, what?
Mm-hmm. I think there was a channel called The Gaming Historian that made a really cool video about the making of the movie. That's a really interesting story, and I think you could possibly make like a dramatization. You can make like an entire book or a documentary about the making of the movie, because it's a lot more interesting than the actual movie itself.
Yeah, and the thing that confused me is, don't get me wrong, I think Daisy is an awesome Mario character. I like the ship of her and Luigi. But at the same time, if you're going to go with the focus of dinosaurs and fungus, wouldn't it have made more sense to have it be Peach? Because Daisy came from a whole different kingdom that was floral based.
Yeah.
I guess the idea was they wanted to give Luigi be the romantic lead in that film, because they thought audiences would generally like a younger and more handsome actor to be the role part, and I guess people weren't going to be all that keen on seeing Bob Hoskins as the main lead, a romantic lead. So, and since they already knew the kids knew that Mario and Peach were sort of a thing, they thought, what other princes do we have in stock? Let's go with that Daisy character from that one Game Boy game. Yeah, the fans aren't going to complain because we're doing something new here.
Yeah, it wasn't too, like I said, that part wasn't too bad because it kind of became canon as the years passed that Daisy and Luigi are a thing.
Although we haven't really seen a lot of that in recent years, but it has been done before. Set in stone, I guess. And I just sent a link to the Gaming Historians video for anyone interested in checking it out later on.
Okay.
Alright.
And I will say they
I'll
did
probably
get
keep
one
that
big
saved.
feature down in the beginning of the movie when you kind of see her kind of in these dirty archaeology clothes. They did get the part down where the devs did say Daisy was a tomboy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give
let's
them
see.
that much credit.
And yeah, that was, I think, Sarasalan A-log that he came from.
Plus, you know, Samantha Mathis, she's another one that she actually at least tried in that movie, because it was just the story that was just so bizarre. It's like, okay, Mario games are never going to have a Shakespearean thespian writing to get themselves an Oscar or a game award, but then you see what's going on in the movie and you're like, Ella, like, what? it's just the whole pieces that, I don't know, it just didn't add up to me. And then the whole thing with the Devo gun, or where Cooper gets his cousins Iggy and Spike to be evolved, or to de-evolve Toad from being a humanoid character to a Goomba.
That's another thing that irked me. They made 2 of the freaking Koopa kids his cousins.
Yeah.
Monkey!
And one of them was Fisher Stevens.
Oh, I will say I did kind of squee a bit, because even as a kind of CG or animatronic dinosaur, Yoshi is still adorable, and Yoshi
Yes.
was always one of my favorite Mario characters when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I was like, Yoshi!
Goddamn Yoshi!
Waffle!
Rawr!
A-Log saying in the chat, the crazy thing about the film is that Mojo Nixon played Toad.
What?
Who was he?
Exactly. Never even heard of him until now.
I mean, outside of King Koopa, Mario, and Luigi, I don't think I recall seeing anyone else from this movie in anything else.
I recall seeing Koopa's, I suppose you could call her an assistant in various other movies. And am I the only one who noticed this in that movie? Didn't she wear outfits that were a tad too suggestive for a PG-rated movie?
It was the 90s.
You mean the black chick?
No. Koopa's assistant, the redhead.
Mm.
The one who got electrocuted, right, and turned into a skeleton.
Yes.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
I just some of the okay. I don't know why. Yeah. A-Log. No. I don't. Okay, A-Log. Here's the thing. I love you. You're a great guy, but the girls and Raiden saw enough disturbing music videos from George Michael last week.
Don't remind me. Freak. That's all I gotta say.